You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Fortwell Solicitors about my students and the guy another year and over now about the soon or so and the 20 September 2022 that Yami answer. I don't part of the question here also but me and one more Facebook last week you promote visa application the point I went to the bar say well and I won't be ready be for every maybe the bank password that's what very good and then there's so now yeah that was when you say so what your application like a visa amount and I said we are good to a amount what next again and SSL way
Good morning. Mama Len, my name so voice near very, very low. Bakra. What's it mean? What's it mean? I'm sorry, audio names not working.
And Stella.
That's it. Sisi adi akokra.
Hey. Mr. Mo share our Facebook so bet me a type of man so what him can na say won him can and na say e bia lawyer hono nko
Disconnecting.
Yeah, Bacho Kasa Semetia.
Yo, lawyer mpacho him can.
Yes, Sisi adi, yeah. Yes. Sisi adi aba.
Yeah, that is what. Lawyer, share for na ye ko ye nim no pa for there.
Oh, nyame adomboko na me hu ye anopa we nso no me chetiefo ni a say yini say ohima we ne eyi ne ewie but yen nso no nyama adwuma ese na ese ye omo ese bo omo within Krata 7 we have to do that say last week ye buy ye no ye church nyama mu efa student visa applications na enen so no yes the new topic about yeni say obi honoma waye na application efifie na ya man visa ni ewie and na say ye the be friend a vignet abon the passport ni say umbra what happens next and then no ye person ye discuss it because inkrofo bebre seem to struggle bi honoma ye dia man crampo on tiasie onim dia ekoso. Ntino say then I will join here for the first time. My friend Daniel Koi and fee Fortwell Solicitors are a war Honzi, North London. Every Thursday and so no legal surgery or Milton Keynes into say bia utie and then war question bina went in bisa. You can get in touch Monday to Friday. Our numbers here to Jano. You're in charge for consultation. Any question, be any issue, be a documents, we are more than happy to review it for you at no cost. Apart from immigration, and so other areas of law, to say family law, employment matters, civil litigation, wills and probates. Say, be crown poor. Wopɛ sɛ wosesa wo din change of name deed na wopɛ sɛ yɛsesa wo din ɛma wo a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ den ayɛ ɛno nso de ama wo akɔ akɔyɛ passport application wo old passport ne ayera ɔmo hia affidavit ansa na ɔmayɛ passport no ama wo sɛ woba yɛn hɔ ɛwɔ yɛasoɛ hɔ nso a ɛno nso no yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ama wo nti these are some of the other areas a yɛ practicing in ba yɛn nyinaa nso yɛnim sɛ saa nneɛma yɛ a yɛbobɔ so yi nyinaa no canon say uni atabaya. You cannot really do much. Intino Emma yeba efidie so Tuesday bia yeba yeta eka immigration and home sem and yes say bia the other areas and here but we know say immigration on the key thing for many people and the young bebree and that drink problems. Yenim say entry clearance application na a application why year efi amanone just for you to allow you to come into the country. Na nanse no so no yenim say oye application a uba chrome has ya so ko GBB friend BRP and as a biometric residence permit. Ebi umbeka say biometric residence card to the BRC. Linear it can be used interchangeably. However, so we application efi baby to say Ghana na so wo ba UK enye ade a yɛbɛma wo biometric card no ɛwɔ Ghana sɛ gyina fabra UK daabi normally no wobɛdu UK a ansa na wobɛkɔ akɔgye saa biometric card no nti no application bebree nkurɔfoɔ ɛbɛyɛ no they give them what we call vignet passport stamp not the full visa duration ne yɛde bɛbom nti no sɛ ebi a woba abɛjoine wo yere ɛwɔ kurom ha anaasɛ woba abɛjoine wo kunu ɛwɔ kurom ha sɛ woayɛ application for to join your partner. You better just say, oh, you've been on 2.5 years. But you realize, say, so we your application na your granting ma na your passport na stamp na a woman we na a valid for either 30 days or 90 days. Into the year amount for the duration of the 2.5 years. Now your catcher will say your debit amount and as you charge you NHS fees and as a health surcharge and the visa fee which just can be near the 30 days near their passports anymore. In Crawford getting worried. They get worried, say, hey, now I didn't see amount 30 days at the current amount of 30 days and as a 90 days is to allow you to enable you to come into the UK and then you go to a post office to go and collect the actual biometric card. The thing is, sa biometric card ya ka ho asem no, enya de obi betimi age ama untimi nsumo obi say onko jema. I have seen in more than one occasion in Crawford omaje long-term entry clearance a omoba krom ha. Ye de vignet na abo omokrata ni mu, ye de letter aka ho. But you realize say the vignet validity no enye the same as letter na de ayede aka ho amo no. When the time came for them to go to the post office to go and collect the biometric card, no, Oman Koje, Obehia na wafa plane na okofie so okodi holidays. Okona efi oba biuma na abeye in sembe brain. It is very, very important for you to understand the difference between leaves to enter na yedi amount our letters so no and the vignet na yedi abomo no. So obi bisa say adentina the duration on the visa is not the same as what Yakachos yedi be mauna and no enamachichi mono. That is just a temporary way idea just to allow you to come into the country. Na uba kronimu na se ubedu kronimu a, what do you normally have to do? As soon as ubedu kronimu no, as a non-visa national, uwo krom has saying no, you need to read the conditions, the amount or visa nemo and as a vignet nemo. Of course, it's very, very important say ubedu pe ube make arrangements no akoje obi no. The details of baby abekwakoji obi will normally be in a decision letter na yedebe ma or amanone and as a Ghana and sanawa bakronimu. So it's very, very important say ube do chroma within 10 working days ube call post office, local post office, a state, a wallet anymore. No wakɔgye card no bɛntwentwɛn ase sɛ na mɛkɔ ɛkyena mɛkɔ daabi sɛ da koro yɛkyew anaasɛ wonam koraa ne yɛkɔkyew na wonkɔgye card na ɛtumi kɔse problem bi wɔ no mɔbɛkɔ no ebi koraa card na ɔkɔ akɔgye na mistake ɛwɔ so. But it's very, very important so ukwaji card no so you check the details a biometric card no so because if you mutimi kwaji card no or they beba na date of birth so no wrong. Place of birth so no wrong. Just don't assume say oh wrong be okay because of the information, proper information at the moment. So if you don't deal with it at that time, now you decide to deal with it at the time at ABA application in future. And I said, oh, yeah, be before fra, everything cost more money. Until I said, within 10 days, na catch us all back or J or Kratano. As soon as you go there, you collect it, you check it, any problem with it, and then make sure, say, you approach efficacy move forward to deal with the problem for you straight away, because that might save you money in the long run. Secondly, obi benka say, oh, lawyer, me buy no ebia baby address and me share my application no so na nye ho na me kotena ye. Nti no all your application no ni nua bi a owo London na e ka so be gene itina ha se. Ba unia enim abrochen sem ebia obedu ye no na unia na o promise say obeje ho no. We decided say efe de onje ubio. Nti no now no wa kwehye baby to say Leicester into coming all the way to London to come and collect with documents and abeye problem. Obi baby say, is it possible to make me small be say uncle G mamiana? The answer is no, untimi and suma obi say uncle J sa biometric card na ema. Unless say a be a applicant na card na eye ne diano. Will suffer from serious illness and the disability be that will prevent them so omankasabeko honum na omakoji. If that is the case, then it may be possible say with me arrange na wama obi ayeden akoje amount. Any other reason it will be very, very difficult say with me aka say oh home office for him baby I'm no me can say meeting na ene baby I'm ba beji we e want person obi beji letter na e ma me enya dia on between amount and as enya dia they will buy it at all. It is very, very important say you have that at the back of your mind. Secondly, sɛ ɛyɛ akwalaa ɛna ɔba aha ebia woyɛ application sɛ wopɛ sɛ wo ba ɛba ha sɛ nti yɛama no leave to indefinite leave to enter to join a parent and as a limited leave to enter to join a parent wobɛtumi it is possible sɛ wobɛtumi akɔgye saa application as a BRP no ama saa woba no so long as wo na woyɛ nominated person to collect a BRP card no nti no sɛ woyɛ application say very, very important say you put those details there. So when you say and you want to me akwaji application and I said you want akwaji BRP na ma sa akwala nipa na obeti me akwaji BRP na ma akwala making sure so what the details the idea at to honor as the nominated person. And yes sir, when the time comes for you to go and collect it, you may have challenges. And your idea the mouse say, oh, when I akwala papa intino, or the birth certificate akwa the amount there be. You should be named as the nominated person on the application form. And yes, sir, very difficult. Obi betimi aka say, okay, another question that tend to come up is, can I travel with my child and my partner to join us in the UK later? Let's say, bia okwakofa oyire ene nkwala edi aba kumase. And then ukoji visa na the amount money at the same time. But because of Sika 17, acquire bebre, you are struggling, say, a biabitra ticket ama or you're in Kolarinia at the same time. And I say, be na personal circumstances, accommodation, be a what has saying a year ready into you are struggling on how to put things together. Into open say, Abia, or you're in Ebeba, then later on, Akolano, so I had we tend to advise people say you should aim say whatever happens nkwalaa any maame na omoba at the same time as always omoba they need to travel within the time the validity of the vignette very, very, very important no matter what situation and I said no matter what is happening make sure say you are able to arrange for that person to come in at the same time and I said within the time validity because if validity goes away and I said it expires it is going to be very, very difficult to say we might sign but without having to make another application. And, the sensible precaution we will tell the person to take and say make sure say whatever travel needs to be done should be done within the designated period of time. And yes, sir, everything cause problems at the amount. Now, Obibeka say okoji BRP card no waba krum ha say ewie. Wakoji the biometric card and also wakoji the biometric residence permit. CCR no identify problems be a card and also what do they need to do at the time? Once you have received the biometric resident permit and you've checked
the internet ne ha adwen kakra na munya awotire ma yen kakra lawyer ye lucy wa hello
if identify problem, no, you may have
say
in fact,
lawyer kakra say afi di ababa yeah lawyer it's right
okay.
yeah.
All right. Inti say that America no very, very important say within the time period you are allowed to make administrative review. No, obetimi aye sa administrative review no allowed. Let's say remember for example, why your application for to join your partner, they didn't say about 2.5 years. But ABA expiry date na a was no and as a details na a was a buyer no na a shorter than the 2.5 years. Then you say oh me baby tina say I train ama say ebi wua answer my home me di ho juma. It doesn't work like that. As soon as you receive it, you need to contact the Home Office. You may have to contact the Home Office through administrative review process. Administrative review process, from the time that you are made aware of that wrongful and I said that error, you have 28 days from that date. Say obey administrative review. Until say train so Emma 28 days in the and I say you are going to have a you have to pay money, it may not be done for you and all those things. So it is very, very, very important to say, once you identify the problem, within 28 days, you work on it. And then if you have to do administrative review, you do it. And just simply writing a letter to the Home Office, say, oh, application I'm a year, Let me say, mama me 2.5 years, but mama 2 years, and mama 1.5 years. Mom correcting mama, Debbie. You cannot simply write a letter for and expect said you get a decision to obi or honoma or better say oh lawyer me way in buy a short letter to come out Home Office for about almost 1 year the main when you begin questions now we interrogating and now we share what has gone on you will tend to realize that Nipan did not follow the due process. One failures are administrative review form when you the right application fees for them to review it because administrative review form £80. Obviously, if they realize a woman or my mistake, was no so I will they will correct it and they will refund the money to you. But almost checking as what they have, and yes, if your my mistake, when I walk and be they will put you right and tell you say, oh, details near the tool, so sign our show application form. So another that is what you are entitled to. And then they will not correct it, such as with £80 actually. So it's very, very important that you look at all these things, you follow the right process, and send out the idea I could tune so almost correct it. Most people are not saying almost J or BRP cards. They will see so almost check here. Who say the expiry date now a work card no so 31st December 2024. And people are saying, so that date here a was so is it an error? There be any error. Your leave will be valid for the dates on your grant letter. Until your grant letter. Until
and then say lawyer internet ne ha adwen kakra wo ho no breaky na abusia wasugusu a wutie legal hour jumedi see the women no lawyer gusu a wo cheche nyema mu editre na susu no line no ha adwen kakra enti no so unya ntwase de ema ye isan say any machine na edwuma nti etoda ehutimi ete eye chima kakra ene ye di nkomo di afa ho say wonsa eka o visa na say the visa na
but uhume, is it better now?
after the one back here after the bia
okay. Normally no when we could letter of grant if he we home office for her. Eye letter na eka ho say ye don krata ama no. You may see say ye be catch us say o visa na valid from 1st September 2022. The expiry date is 15 September 2027. But BRP na ye the amount ebe expire 31st December 2024. Any error. Don't assume say that is an error because of that administrative review. There be the reason why most of the BRP cards are expiring around that time of the year, and they say Home Office 4 are aiming to upgrade all BRPs at that date. Getting closer to the time, Home Office 4 be contacting individuals work card na expire that time, and then they are going to get an upgrade for them. You just hold on to the card and then just wait for that way, communication to come in. That is why it is very, very important to say, who BRP, who entry clearance application at the back. Now you have those cards now. Anytime there you change your details, i.e., also our address, also our email address. Your phone be online at Obetimi Anko Home Office. And then you will go and update those details on the Home Office portal. Change of circumstances form. That's what they call it. Until the update. The reason why it's very important for you to go and update yourself and say you don't want a situation where come 31st December 2024, you will realize say or card in the ebi krapa na wo ejumem. Also know you are not aware with the wouldn't say Ovesana Ebewu September 2027 because that's what the letter says. But with Jumu for the what they care about is what is on the biometric card. Into the Jumu krapa na one krapa, which make just a kutina fee. Then you will only boss ebeko, only manager ebeko, not knowing say this is what is happening. So it's very, very important. Say prior to the 31st of December 2024. If Home Office 4 do not contact you, you need to contact them because we expect them to upgrade those cards at no cost to the individuals. And as a people who are holding that card, but yet, but people need to be aware of it. We say you see this opportunity to let people know, say, wow, we are the card owner. No, it is your responsibility to always ensure, say, you know the validity of your card. Don't expect to say, oh, lawyer never contact us, say, one card had be 31st December 2024 into the brand renewal amount. It is your own responsibility to ensure, say, you know the validity of your card even before you travel. Anytime they are able to quite a few chronim, just you know it because the number of times I'm for it to coin it does be brave, and this is a problem. Me person in be aware of these things and look out for that. For some reason, it seems to say we are having challenges with our network today, but hopefully, we'll be able to sail through till the very end without any further issues. Obi nso bɛka sɛ, yɛde ne card na ma no. Ebia, yɛn nyinaa said the card is separate, your passport is separate. Say oba na ne passport is due to expire. Ebia wokɔ yɛde wo biometric card na ma yɛsi bɛwu 2027. Meanwhile no, wo passport na wo de kɔgye wo visa no ebewu 2024. Say ɔkɔgye new passport does that person need to go and get a new biometric permit ana? And the answer is no. Say uwo BRP, your BRP is not necessarily linked to the passport. So long as your personal details has not changed on your BRP card. So okoji new passport, you don't need to inform the Home Office say makoji new passport. And as you don't need to apply for a new biometric card. Very, very, very important. The card that you have is the same. But if your name changes, let's say Ebia Yefrel Abnanima. Okay, na Mr. Amoako abeware efifie ede waba. Nti no mo ye wedding, mo ye bibia na ode wo bae, but wo passport na wo kura no adwanima na ewo. You haven't changed it. But over UK no, you have realized say opese obia hu say onso uye Mrs. Amoa. Umpese ebe fro Mr. Miss Enima ebi. Umpese fro Mrs. Amoa. Fair enough, which is very good. However, opese sad documents in our passport. Into no wakɔ change of name deed, or the marriage certificate aho, or the Ghana High Commission, wakɔ new passport. Now, no, the new passport does not call you Abner Nimabim, and as I join Nimabim, this year from Abna Amwa, but your BRP still have your old name on it. At that stage, it will be very, very, very important. Say, obey application for new BRP card. The process of doing that, is not the same process as applying for a new visa and as a new leave to remain. It's very, very important. The process of doing that is different. Your forms are over failing. Your NTL form, your change of condition form, your different form that you will have to complete to be able to transfer your new BR, your old BRP to your new BRP. So by a Honum Fortwell Solicitors, I will take you through the process. Don't travel, Miss Shrow, don't travel with passports in a year, Mrs. Amwa. Na o BRP enima and expect to say, oh, quiet few. So we'll feel crony na say wako Ghana. Now the passport extra ma. The beggar just say, okay, bye bye, call. I don't need obian so mu se benko. But so ko ewie na wako di when you fie ewie na fie o fa plane e dia babaka e ho na e be say na Mr. Messi, a din or BRP, so need a din or passport. So they are two different things. So we are not going to allow you to board the plane, and you're going to have a lot of challenges. I've seen people that because of that, application I say yeah more money out there, holiday I could be 3 weeks, 4 weeks, acquire 6 months, and son of my head, or my back. You don't want that because you have bills to pay, you have a job to keep. A big ground pass, 6 months, no better. Now we remove for a boss or new honum obey the keep a juman at the amount. So that is also very, very, very important. The last question that normally comes up with BRP is say, do you always have to keep your BRP card with you and as a BRC with you? Normally, you are required to have your BRP with you at all times. You will need to travel with your BRP as this must be shown to UK border alongside your passport or travel document when traveling outside the UK or returning to the UK. Into your BRP card, it may be very good to keep it on yourself, but you also need to be aware, say, biana akoya wallet something that you need to know. So maybe do you think that you need to show your BRP? If you don't need to show it, you don't necessarily have to carry it alongside. Now, saying what people do or what we advise people to do, they say, oh dear, just keep a copy of the card on your phone and then keep the actual card safely somewhere, because so your card now, the processes of getting a new card if you it may mean says we a new application altogether, especially pre-settled status, any settled status. So ukra pre-settled status and I say settled status because ujina EU national so na udinya won krata. Na o de wo BRP card na ehye wo ho. Na o de ne nam na say ekoyira. You cannot just come and assume say there be a application for new card for you. It doesn't work like that. We have to do a full new application on your behalf with all the evidence and everything. It is not cheap. Say lawyer na obviously they will charge you because they're going to spend time on the application process on your behalf. But just what I say. So it is very, very, very important we get it done and do it properly. And you necessarily say you need to carry that BRP with you all the time. Now I'm saying so we have a situation where if we remove for person who will status, you can do shared code. We share with details and the amount will not verify. So you don't necessarily need to carry the card with you unless you say file card and a brat and also for brat. However, so who took kwaya don't remember urain fee or card and fee. See them kind because so who took kwaya if UK now wakwa. They will not check your BRP. They will not necessarily say BRP and now the Tina Chrome has said Fabra and Sana Yama with No. Once you have a passport, a Ghanaian passport or Nigerian passport, depending on where you are going to, and you're able to show, you're able to tell the UK border officer say passport they call Nigeria and passport they call Ghana and they know said they will allow you to enter Ghana because you got a Ghanaian passport. They will not ask you say they may passports are now the diploma. But so corner will bar say they are you know. You may have challenges, you may have difficulties to come back. So make sure say even though you are keeping it with you, anytime you decide you want to travel, no, you will have that document with you because that will be very, very, very necessary and important for you to be able to return to the UK. I believe, sir, we've managed to answer most people's questions on BRPs and what they need to do. Obviously, say yeah, they will enkrata amount area. There's also the issue of Uber Chrome has say Uber Beje wo national insurance number, getting your bank account before you can get job started. And no, dear, and no, yeah, that and too much, but that is your responsibility. Don't expect to say, well, lawyer never do national insurance number at the amount. Don't expect say, well, lawyer in a ebeboa now will be a bank account at the amount there be. And no, when you come in and you finding difficulties to get your national insurance number, you may contact your job seekers and as job center. Omona ombetimi assist with the process. Now, say most of these things are done online, but remember, say ube do chronimu pe. You have to be getting your GP registration done, your NI done, your bank state, your bank account done. If you grandpa, we even advise to say driving license, provisional license, be grandpa now be do it and put it on yourself. These are the little things that we expect to say. So Obi be do chronimu fofra, they will put together to put on themselves so that they'll be able to live comfortably in the UK because they will ask you GP registration. Very, very important. Ube do ya within the first few weeks and they make sure say you register a GP. After that, you get your national insurance. Because I have seen people, Obi Ohonuma, Mama Len, were back when him almost 6 months. If you were near Juma or your boss, you may do a baby to you and no be checking not only national insurance number. Of course, with Juma 4 will not be able to pay you. Now saying so we year application for national insurance number. A check if you hold me to be 3 months. If you hold me, a call 4 5 months, when your appointment to go to them for your interview and all that. So it's very, very important. Say, as soon as I'll be young, you will start the procedure of obtaining some national insurance number. Sometimes I even tell people, say, yeah, near Jim Crata at the man, our friend, Ghana, say, oh, lawyer, we the Crata, and I'm into the man. But we even advise people, say, make sure, say, when we go for a book appointment in amount even before you leave Ghana to yet. By the time I'll be back, now 1 month, 2 months, accorded that because in Crawford be ebe do chronim and they realize say book appointments now it's taking 3 months for them to get appointment. 3 months now you are not able to work. A big problem, Eman Crawford brain. These are some of the things that we believe that people need to be aware of as soon as Ombenya Omukrata. At this stage, I believe say ABI, you might have some questions. Your listeners may have some questions. The NBA floor on the MMO. Na questions be on be and almost on team Mbisa. But that's it.
Yɛbɛda wo ase wɔ nkyerɛmu a wode ama yɛabusua w'asego so a wotie legal hour dwumadie bɛna da biara ɛna yɛba w'akwan so na yɛde dwumadie yi brɛ wɔ na ɛnɛ da nso deɛ yɛde baeɛ nie sɛ wayɛ visa application na yɛde ama wo ɛdeɛ na ɛsɛ sɛ wohu deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wo ɛyɛ ɛno nti lawyer bisaa sɛ what happen next ɛno mu nkyerɛkyerɛmu na wɔde ama yɛn na wakyerɛ mu aba abɛsi deɛ wɔde asi saa bere sɛdeɛ wonim no wo a wofolo yɛ dwumadie wohu ne sɛ yɛbie phone lines no ma wo a wotie yɛn wo a wohwɛ yɛn wo so wɔ question bi a wotumi de ba ma lawyer ɛyi ano de ma wo nti ne saa bere deɛ yɛbie ɛyɛ phone lines no de ato mu de ama ɛberɛ sɛ mu no soso no de lawyer number bɛto dwa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wopɛ sɛ wokɔ n'ahyɛeɛ no akɔkɔhu no a ne nyinaa wofrɛ a wobɛtumi abuki appointment akɔ akɔhu no mede ɛno so number bɛto dwa ama aba saa bere deɛ yɛbie studio lines no ato mu sɛ wɔwɔ question bi a wobɛtumi afrɛ na wabisa lawyer numbers no ɛyɛ 0203 735 8820 0203 735 8820 anaasɛ frɛ me mobile 0778 793 9958 0778 793 9958 ɛyɛ mobile wode wo text message ɛba a yɛbɛredi ama lawyer ayi ano ama wohwɛ yɛn wɔ facebook so a wobɛtumi de wo question no ato platform no so ama no so yɛredi abisa lawyer de ama wo Kan ho sɛ yɛn numbers no yɛ 0203 735 8820. Wowɔ question bi a frɛ na bisa anaasɛ 0778 793 9958. Yɛwɔ ha kɔsi du baako mekyerɛ 11 na yɛasɔre dwumadie so. Ɛno nti no wowɔ question bi a mekyerɛ wo a frɛ na ebisa no ntɛmntɛm so a. Lɔya deɛ wokasa yi mu no deɛ mepɛ sɛ mehu ne sɛ post office sɛ nipa no bɛba na wɔbɛkɔ akɔgye BRP no. Post office biara na obetumi akɔ anaasɛ ɔyɛ application address a ɔde hyɛ mu post office ɛbɛn address no so ɛna ɛyɛ sɛ ɔkɔ na ɔkɔgye BRP.
So woyɛ application na they will ask you say ɛhefa na wopɛ sɛ wokɔgye wo card no. And normally no post office a bank baabi a address no ɛwɔ nti no you hardly see say obi de ebia Kent address ɛbɛhyɛ mu na aka kyerɛ no sɛ ɔnkɔgye ne BRP ɛwɔ Liverpool. It will not happen. Nti no baabi a area na wote no ɛhɔ na yɛde bɛhyɛ mu. So what I tell people is say we need to know say maybe I will be enough for the first few months, make sure you think about this and then put it in. The reason why we are talking about this is any applications near and a year settlement visa application. Now this thing applies to them. For instance, Omo has say for students, and as Omo has say with student visa this September. Last week, discussion. We know that most of the students are coming in this month and next month. Nkurɔfoɔ bebree na ɔmo ba no yɛbɛma ɔmo vignet de abɔ ɔmo passport mu. Ɔmo bedu a ansa na ɔmo akɔgye BRP no before they continue with their education. Nti no obi wɔ hɔnom a obehu sɛ ne university no ɔkɔ Leicester University anaasɛ ɔkɔ University of Liverpool. But ne brother bi wɔ London nti ɔpɛ sɛ obetena ha se kakra na lecture start ansa na wayɛ dɛn wakɔ whilst he looks for accommodation ne adeɛ. You need to be mindful of what you've done with the application itself so that maybe a better choice even if you can submit na Liverpool na your visa na ma we but more than within that 10 days we can obi up Liverpool once back to where you are living or London. It's very very important. Nkrofo a almost took point this September are almost by and as October, especially with the people with the students, they should be mindful on how they deal with their BRP cards.
ɔmbɛkɔ saa post office ɛbɛn wɔ mo no na details no biribiara wɔ hɔ dada nti ɔmbɔ ɔmo din na ebetumi aretrieve biribi ama ɔmo ɛsan nɛte ama.
Bachawan, ɔmbɛkɔ na biribiara ɛda hɔ nom dada nti wokɔɛ a wode wo details ma ɔmo a na yɛde agye ama wo. And sɛdeɛ mekyerɛ mu from the beginning of the presentation no ɛnyɛ possible sɛ wobɛtumi asoma obi sɛ ɔnkɔgye saa card no ɛma wo unless sɛ you've got exceptional situations, circumstances via Emma or Pine Emma Wonko. And those exceptional circumstances, and no be na me say be when your disability be and also when your serious illness be. And you're can say illness, so yes, it's serious illness. You need to be aware, say, and yet better. So it's me will be akoje amount. So once you are coming in, just make sure say you put your processes in place. I'll wait in your koje what dear without having to rely on somebody else to go and get it for you.
Okay. Your lawyer better was say, question way free, just see one more. Also, your application for settlement scheme na omo de letter abreno. Na letter ni mo no share say obetimi aye adwuma obetimi so ebie account. Na so no account bia ne say no kwa a omo ye no online. Oduru ho no ma because say woni the ode be kire nti duru ho na akoye problem. Ope so hu say obetimi advice ne the obetimi aye obetimi ti bie account ana.
It's difficult for me to mention some banks are waiting me accord with that letter no because we say they would mama learn bank bi ambe my invoice here advertise more na anyway no monko but there are quite a few banks are who are almost situations to sell with the they may be able to take advantage of. What I tend to tell people is say your application at the moment, there are some online banks without even necessarily say call branch no more, and you'll be able to open it online. And have a look at some of those banks, search from fintech banks and bank opening process procedures, a little bit stringent than the traditional high street banks. Into look at those ones. Say the kind also know with that letter, no. Sometimes people struggle to get the national insurance number, but we also know others are successfully no meeting national insurance number. No. When you make an application and I say you call and they discourage you from obtaining those things, now don't give up. Try as many times till you get it because nkrofo call a bit more koje. Mimi nkoji be that, but I know of clients are on my call, are meeting me acquire the I could be with bank account. Meaning clients are meeting me acquire national insurance number. Meaning clients are only those letters and I could be a GP. So it's very, very, very important. Say you keep on trying till you get it.
Because they were trying to say, so yeah, because nipa we were burning or the person they bring me and every day. But your year say, oh yeah, or qua, we do the day to say photo ID or whatever and all that doesn't have.
The problem is with the ID. No? Obi wɔ hɔnom a ɔyɛ an application or the passport ɛkɔ home office ɛdada nti no need the physical passport with them and no can be a challenge and apart from that no so no only any other ID via with them even some fintech banks ya make ho asɛm no, you will realize that some of them you need to scan the physical passports. You need to scan the physical driving license. And the system is able to detect if it is the physical passport or it is a photocopy. It doesn't pick up. I understand that problem. But in a situation whereby I wouldn't need any ID with you, no, you may struggle a little bit. But say that some banks be to say backlist now the newcomer account account as a unya ra they're able to open for you without a lot of checks HSBC to AAP any idea even though didn't want to mention banks name no one push me ama about our banks and I say your invoice come on mona or wait for advertising on your platform basically see the American you can go there they have specific bank accounts it is designated and as it's designed for newcomers. So what back no. They don't expect to say, a credit system in place near there. That is what it is. But just keep on trying because I know that some people have managed to successfully do it. But bank accounts in input there should have issues, sir, because most companies, So when you Juma or now can say, oh, menye Juma, but to amigo minia account moon until 7 me we are. Once they know, say, you have legitimate means to live in the country, they wouldn't mind where they are paying the money to. I wouldn't worry too much if I were you. My only concern for you is a bomodiana J or national insurance number. And only they are very, very important because without that, you will struggle so many you may be no idea. Now why?
abusua yɛ gu so a yɛfa ɛyɛ o questions no ɛne adeɛ wobɛtumi de o question aba sɛdeɛ megu so a na yɛbɔ dahuro no time no ɛyɛ tiawaa bi na aka nti no sɛ wowɔ question bi a pɛ sɛ ebia no na ntumi ambusa wo question ama wo anaasɛ ebi adibisa nti woa so pɛ sɛ wofrɛ a presi 0203 735 8820 ɛso na ɛfa o question bra anaasɛ 0778 7939958 ɛno nso so o text ba a yɛbɛredi o question no ɛde ama lawyer saa so na abɛtumi afrɛ ɛyɛ lawyer na ɛde ne number ɛto dwa de ama wo anaasɛ Fortwell Solicitors office line mesrɛ a ɛne sɛ initial consultation lawyer sister la yɛ free meboa na
Mpacho A free. We don't charge for consultation. What any issue be up so be no. Either so be when in London office and after Thursday so be no take it and in free.
okay so deɛ megu so a na mebɔ ho dawuro no anyway a deɛ wate afiri ɛyɛ lawyer ano ankasa lawyer ma mema kɔla yɛ mbrɛ me wie a bɛtoa so na mede number no ato dwa kɔla good morning
Good morning, Mami Chiamunina.
yɛgye so paa wo yɛ
I mean, who you proud? Many Michael me free for Tilbury.
okay ma mesrɛ wo question ma lawyer ne sɛ
Na me be sunny said, me share we citizenship near home office now. Almost say for year 2020-22, no, about 200,000 people are applying for settlement statement. I mean, be say you crew no, you say you crew Ghana no. What will be the effect on the country no 10 years on? and I say 20 years on, what will be the effect? Yeah, the partner, and I say you still go against us. In fact, also, obey me, Ashima, my kakra. But also, oh, there be no, I say, yeah, maybe person me bisa way so to say settlement statement. One say I buy so my way say obey to say PhD and diploma and as a university after. To meet na for say 4 years or say 5 years. Bibisa. Now, how do you apply for and also how is that applied for? 2 years, okay. Yeah, that's it.
Mpacho and one no. Yeah, when it comes to migration, it all depends on how the country wants to develop its migration policies. With the nation Ghana itself, me name what arrangements, and as I mean, I'm not. It's above my pay grade to decide on how they want to manage their migration policies. For instance, countries like Philippines, okay, what they do is they train nurses. They train some of their hospitality industry workers, with the aim that they will go and work abroad, and then they will repatriate some funds into the country to build the economy. And as a country, that's what they've made themselves as. So we call hospitals, we call NHS, you see a lot of their workers there. They don't have a problem with that. So if you travel, now so what have cruise ships echo around the world, you see their workers on these ships working for these ship companies. The reason is they believe say it's going to benefit their economy. Yen as a nation Ghana, whether we think say or we see the human resource as something for us or not, I'm not aware of it. I know say in the past, they arranged with one Caribbean island for them to be able to take nurses to that country for a number of years for them to then come back to serve in the country. Whether they are planning to do similar with the UK, I'm not aware of it. But migration can be good, it can be positive, it can be negative in certain aspects. At the moment, I'm in a workers, we have a number of doctors omewie housemanship in Ghana. They were supposed to go into the government payroll and become doctors for our country. But obviously, because they've all been asked to go home. They are jobless, they are unemployed doctors. So to me, I say. Meanwhile, you and I know, say, we have a lot of need for doctors. As a country, if we decide say, we are not going to employ them, and then those people apply for settlement scheme and they travel to come to countries like UK, you cannot blame them because everybody wants to eat. So we have a so it's me I say. Yes, the effects may be there, but we also know, say, the number of people almost Chrome has say and as almost diaspora are almost sending Sika economy is one of the main sources of Ghana's economy, supporting Ghana's economy in terms of getting hard and currency. We've got the positives, we've got the negatives. I only hope, say, the country Ghana will dwell on the positive and see how they can harness the effects of migration positively to develop the country. I wouldn't go much there before without getting into politics. Yeah, the second question, when it comes to graduate route visa now, I think some time ago I discussed the details of it, but I'll mention it briefly. So Nyamiya Wadomna, you are able to do your university degree in the UK. You're able to do your master's degree in the UK. Nyamiya Chadom Ubetimi Aye application for graduate route visa, which is 3 years. So wotumi yɛ wo PhD wobɛtumi ayɛ application for graduate route visa for 3 years. Okay. Nti ɛnyɛ 5 years as yɛn caller said it, only 3 years for such people. The application process in there a little bit straightforward, but the key evidence is who financed your PhD and as a who financed your UK education, whether it's scholarship. Normally, we go through scholarship schemes, Requirements in it a little bit difficult because they need to get a consent letter from the scholarship secretariat, which allows them to stay on to work in the country for 3 years. But people who have self-financing, the most important thing is you have successfully completed the course without any issues. If you've completed the course without any issues, you can make the application for 2 years work permit. When you come to us, we'll be able to take you through the process. If you are thinking to bring your children alongside your family, your spouse, make sure so you start the process early because at certain point of the process, you cannot bring your family to the UK on that type of visa. But anybody or that situation that he's thinking of getting it done, just get in touch and it will help the person.
Thank you very much, lawyer. Yeah, Brandon Eko, you were just less than 2 minutes now. Answer my lawyer, can the last words, no, Miss Rocher number, Mr. Never able to be a call a Fortwell Solicitors on one year and on at me above. Initial consultation said that I'm can a free and to take advantage in a bookie appointment go home. Office line is 0203 325 7030 0203 325 7030 and Nasty mobile 07944 976161 07944 lawyer wo biribi a wobɛpɛ sɛ wode bɛtwa toɔ de ama yɛn.
Oh, at the moment, dear, me last word I'm the it's here for say from what they have seen with today's presentation they make here, apart from say application amount our UK, our person we will detention case, we will renewal, we have work permit, which we can assist you, You need to also understand, say, so talk of fact we boost you and be 50 so we are able to assist with that process. And Uncle Brain says our process need some way figana there be. So person call file you, person call file kunu, person call file umba, and that's how your students can have so ban up see a wow with a visa application processor. We can do it for you professionally in the UK so that you don't have any challenges. Steady I will come here so many times during the program. And consultation is free. So anybody who has a question or anything in BISA during the program, feel free to get in touch after the show and we'll be more than happy to answer our question. Yeah, that's it.
Yɛbɛda wo ase sɛ da ne da yɛba a mogye yɛn pɛ so na ne tv bɛdeɛ wohwɛ ma yɛ wo a wo like yɛ na wohyɛ yɛ nyame ɛnhyira yɛ nyinaa fɔ saa kwan no so nyame yɛ ado no ɔde yɛn nkwakyɛɛ yɛ na wohwɛ sɛ na yɛbɛsa aba na yɛaba bɛsom wɔ ɛyɛ so sɛdeɛ da yɛyɛ no no kae ho sɛ ɛbina da biara ɛna yɛba no ndubɔ pɛ ne yɛahyɛ aseɛ 10 am ne yɛasɔre so du baako nkyerɛ 11 am ne yɛasɔre so nti ɛyɛ 1 hour slot nti no mepa akyɛ wɔ ase yɛba na wɔ question bia because mpɛ bebree no bi a makyerɛ free programs afei na obi send me message bi abrɛ me mentumi ɛnredi ɛwɔ hɔ no woyɛ ne saa na wanyɛ adeɛ nti yɛka sɛ times yɛ megye di sɛ yɛ a na adwumasɛm ne adeɛ ɛntia but bɔ mmɔden a sɛ yɛwɔ life no na wobɛtumi ajoin a na wajoin no na lɔyɛ atumi ayiyi question na no ɛde ama wo fɛfɛɛfɛ ɛna sɛ mete ase a nyɛ questions no nyinaa na mɛtumi abisa ɛde ama wo nti sɛ woa wo so wotumi frɛ anaa wo text na wode ba a lɔyɛ bɛtumi yɛyi ano ɛde ama wo nti no yɛnhyɛ no nso na wɔtwerɛ sɛ na yɛbɛsa aba na yɛaba abɛsom wɔ sɛdeɛ daa yɛyɛ no yɛda wase sɛ wotie lawyer thank you so much sɛ daa ne daa wogye berɛ woyɛ a very busy person a wogye berɛ de ba dwumadi so bɛkyerɛkyerɛ nyame nhyira fa nyame yɛ adom yɛbɛsa ahyia bi
Yo, me da se bebree mama lay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Abusua yɛ akra mo aha ɛne BBC. Bye bye.
Yo, Ghana for a what English approach my muha. Ya sweady. Yenya emranimfo a wen akwadare wo emranimu a poto kasemu ye kase a lawyer for entimi nuanom momyemfa ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo Fortwell Solicitors emranimu akukudrofo se watena ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa ka won krata na se wedi edro nso a eyo mo kokokra eba ne nipa setena mu ene adwuma mu nsem bia omudim akotene pa omo wo mre di mani pa bia na de enika wo mu mpo ne se no consultation fee.
Fortwell Solicitors always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad. Fortwell Solicitors also deals with long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Fortwell Solicitors is located at
Unit 1, ground floor, Katrina House, 58 Clarendon Road, London, N80DJ. Nearest tube station, Tempark Lane and Wood Green. Overground, Hornsey Station. Buses 41 to Archway and 144 to Maswa Hill. For more info, call 0203 3257 030. Call our 24-hour line on 0754 8701 011. Website www.fortwellsolicitors.com.
Opening hours Monday to Friday 9:30 to 5:30 p.m.
Thursday Beyonce Young Milton Keynes.
Fortwell Solicitors is regulated by SRA.
Fortwell Solicitors.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
This is GN Radio UK.
Oh, yeah,